not listening to anybody who seems to be telling him that he can't win this fight. It's all systems go.
That's because he's the champion, and he's acting like a champion, a unified champion. And there's a man in Boots that has the ability to really do something great. He's the future. But Zayas, even at this age, he's very confident. He's a naturally bigger fighter. He's going to be pressing Boots back. We've seen Boots get hit. Can he take the punches from a bigger fighter like Xander Zayas, who's just full of confidence? This is his moment. And the Puerto Rican crowd's going to be behind him in New York.
I think Boots is going to be in for a very tough fight because Xander Zayas is careful. See, here's the thing. Xander Zayas is a big kid. He's used to winning. He's athletic. He feels like the underdog and the champion. So he has the mentality of a champion and the heart of an underdog because he's like, oh, he's looking past me. And then he has this confidence that's like, wait till you get a load of me.
In front of your opponents, I'm watching everything. That shit look fancy, but that shit is wrong as y'all do a lot of wrong shit that look fancy. Ooh, that's fast. Ooh, that's sweet. Oh, that's sweet. Do that shit there with Xander Zayas. Yeah, Xander Zayas, he beat your ass. He gonna beat your ass technically. He gonna beat your ass technically. That's what he gonna do. He ain't gonna fight your ass. Nope. He ain't gonna give you that. I'm telling you, Boots. I'm telling you and your people. Xander Zayas he gonna beat Boots like this.
Like I said, I'm knocking these guys down one by one, undisputed. You know, that's my goal at 154. Because at 47, that was my goal at 147, but those guys were down there playing around, and I was at that weight for too long. And like I said, I feel like I moved up at the right time, everything perfect time, and I will be undisputed at 154. I'm about to be unified though first. We'll do the 27, but it don't matter who it is after this fight. You know, one by one. And we're going, like I said, they run out of time. And this is my division. I'm taking over this division in this boxing game.
Been in their camp watching him. He's looking good. He's looking
Oh, in this
good.
camp for.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
we bring guys sometimes up there to get work and whatnot.
Yeah.
And what I seen how he's working, he's up for the task. I think it's like that fight, like he. So we get to see some exciting stuff coming from Boots for this fight.
The boxing world sees Boots Ennis as unbeatable, but this fight could prove everyone wrong. Xander Zayas isn't expected to survive. He's expected to expose every flaw and shock the entire division. As the boxing analyst talks about, the biggest advantage may not belong to speed or skill. It could come down to size. Xander enters this showdown as the naturally bigger fighter, while this is only Boots' second appearance at 154 pounds, raising serious questions about how he'll handle the physical pressure. If Xander shocks the world under the bright lights of New York, it won't just be the biggest upset of the year. It could instantly launch him into boxing superstardom and forever change the balance of power in the division.
Zayas is the naturally bigger fighter. He is a career-long 154. This will just be Boots' second fight in this weight class, and he only had one round the first time around at 154. I'm maybe just starting to buy into this idea that Zayas may have a better chance than most people are giving him.
And if he does do it, if Boots wins, yes, it seems like he just takes another step, another big fight. But if Zayas can win this fight in New York City, he becomes a Puerto Rican legend instantly.
However, Sergio Mora entered the conversation and said victory over Boots wouldn't make Xander an all-time legend overnight, but it would put him on the fast track to greatness. One unforgettable performance could transform him from a rising contender into the face of Puerto Rican boxing, proving he belongs among the sport's elite. With everything on the line, this isn't just another title fight, it's a career-defining moment that could ignite the beginning of a legendary legacy.
I don't know about legend, but he gets closer to being legendary.
Too much hyperbole, sorry.
Too much. Closer to legendary status. He's not going to be the Trinidad yet. He's not going to be the Wilfred Benitez. There are many greats that have come from that great island, but I think he gets a big step closer, and it's a big day, and he's going to be a headliner. I mean, that's how dreams come come true, and that's how you really make a statement to all the people supporting.
Well, he'd assert himself at the very least as the best Puerto Rican fighter today.
Despite every warning and prediction against him, Xander Zayas refuses to back down, carrying the confidence of a true champion into the biggest fight of his life. As the naturally bigger fighter, he's expected to bring relentless pressure and force Boots into unfamiliar territory. With an electrifying Puerto Rican crowd behind him in New York, Xander believes this is the moment he'll shock the entire boxing world.
Not listening to anybody who seems to be telling him that he can't win this fight. It's all systems go.
That's because he's the champion, and he's acting like a champion, a unified champion. And there's a man in Boots that has the ability to really do something great. He's the future, but Zayas, even at this age, he's very confident. He's a naturally bigger fighter. He's going to be pressing Boots back. We've seen Boots get hit. Can he take the punches from a bigger fighter like Xander Zayas, who's just full of confidence? This is his moment, and the Puerto Rican crowd's going to be behind him in New York.
Boots Ennis made it clear that he isn't treating Xander Zayas any differently from any other opponent standing in his path. He confidently declared that he'll continue knocking down every challenger one by one, convinced that the boxing world already knows he's on another level. With unwavering belief, Boots even predicted he'll retire undefeated, leaving no doubt about the legacy he plans to build.
I mean, we're gonna see, but you know, with me, it don't matter who I fight. I can fight a brick wall, knock the brick wall out. They gonna be like, you're supposed to do that. So I just, at the end of the day, I just take that as like a compliment. I take that as a compliment. I'm like, they know I'm great. They know I'm that guy. So I'm gonna just keep doing what I'm doing, keep knocking these guys down one by one. And when it's all said and done, when I retire as undefeated legend, they understand it then. They'll see my real skill and my real ability then.
Boots Ennis fired a chilling message to every fighter at 154 pounds, insisting he'll dismantle the division one champion at a time until no one is left standing. He vowed that becoming undisputed isn't just a dream, it's his inevitable destination. Then came the warning. Time is running out because this division now belongs to him.
Like I said, I'm knocking these guys down one by one. Undisputed. You know, that's my goal at 154. Because at 47, that was my goal at 147, but those guys were down there playing around, and I was at that weight for too long. And like I said, I feel like I moved up at the right time, everything perfect time, and I will be undisputed at 154. I'm about to be unified though first. We'll do 27.
Yeah, man.
It don't matter who it is after this fight, you know, one by one. And we're going, like I said, they run out of time. And this is my division. I'm taking over this division in this boxing game.
Adding to that, Tim Bradley believes Xander Zayas and his team have already identified the same flaws he sees in Boots Ennis, making this a far more dangerous fight than many expect. He warns that flashy moves won't save Boots against a disciplined technician and insists it's time to return to the fundamentals. According to Tim, if those mistakes aren't corrected before fight night, Xander will be ready to expose every one of them inside the ring.
I see how special you can be, but you need to tighten. I'm telling you, if you don't tighten your up, player, you gonna be looking on the other side. You gonna look like a fool too, and then everybody gonna be like, oh, that's why that fool didn't fight nobody. That's why he wouldn't step up his game and fight this person or fight that person. He was very selective. Oh, they gonna be talking about you don't get this done, Boots. I'm telling you. But I'm just saying, look, Xander Zayas and his team, they not playing. They see the same shit I see. You better tighten your up, Boots. Back to the basics. Shit, you better hire a basic man if you don't know. All that fancy, that shit don't impress me. All that fancy, that you be doing a whole lot of wrong, Boots.
Tim Bradley makes his boldest claim here, stating that Xander Zayas won't try to match Boots Ennis in a firefight. He'll beat him purely on a technical level. He believes Xander will stay disciplined, pick his shots, and systematically expose every flaw in Boots' defense and movement. According to him, this won't be about power or flash, but pure boxing IQ taking control of the fight. In his view, Boots could be outclassed and broken down technically if he walks into those mistakes.
Beat in front of your opponents? I'm watching everything. That shit look fancy, but that shit is wrong as y'all do a lot of wrong shit that look fancy. Ooh, that's fancy. Ooh, that's sweet. Oh, that's sweet. Do that shit there with Xander Zayas. Yeah, Xander Zayas, he gonna beat your technically. He gonna beat your technically. That's what he gonna do. He ain't gonna fight your nope. He ain't gonna give you that. I'm telling you, Boots. I'm telling you and your people. Xander Zayas he gonna beat Boots like this.
However, Greg Hackett pointed out that Xander Zayas already carried himself like an established fighter, especially after becoming a unified champion at such a young age. Hackett went on to say that Jaron Ennis was finally stepping into his long-awaited major opportunity, while at the same time raising questions about Zayas' overall experience at this level. Even so, he was quick to acknowledge Zayas as a legitimate champion in his own right, ultimately describing the matchup as a competitive and intriguing clash between two rising talents.
Feels like he already made it. You know what I mean? And I'm not mad at him for that, because to be undisputed, not undisputed, unified. To be unified champion at 54 so fast. It happened for him kind of fast. You know what I'm saying? I can understand the high that he's on. You know what I mean? And Boots, on the other hand, this is what he's been looking for. He's been looking for a guy that everybody say is a guy for him to be fighting. Now, some people say they don't like the fight because Xander's inexperienced, Xander ain't good enough, and this and that. Well, how did he? Yeah, but how did he get here? Like, you know what I mean? It's none of our faults. It's nobody's fault. It's the business of boxing. So if he's capable of being champion, he's capable of being a great fighter. I don't know what else to say or do. He's the champ right now. You know what I mean? So I think it's just going to be a great fight, though. I like the energy.
Meanwhile, Angelo Leo noted that Xander Zayas appeared to be handling the pressure of rising expectations with maturity, showing a mindset of a fighter willing to face anyone, despite being just 23 and already a unified champion. Leo highlighted Zayas' confidence and fearless approach, crediting him for embracing challenges in a stacked division. At the same time, he acknowledged Jaron Ennis as a dangerous and highly skilled opponent, but still leaned slightly towards Zayas, expecting a close and hard-fought battle between the two.
He's down to fight whoever, whenever. And he's already 23 years old. He's already a unified champion, and I like that about him. He's not afraid to get his feet wet in this division. So, but Boots is a tremendous fighter, very skilled as well. I'm gonna go with. It's a tough one. I'm gonna go with Xander with this one.
Really?
I like Xander, yeah.
Okay.
Furthermore, Angelo Leo emphasized that Xander Zayas' movement and footwork could potentially throw Jaron Ennis off his rhythm and limit the effectiveness of his usual style. He acknowledged that Ennis has previously dealt with slick, mobile opponents, but suggested that Zayas brings a higher level of refinement and control compared to those earlier challengers. As a result, Leo implied that this matchup could create a far more complex stylistic challenge for Ennis than what he has faced before.
He's got pretty good footwork. And I think that could offset Boots' style, according to how he's dealt with movers in the past.
Like Chukazan?
Yeah,
Karen.
Yeah, exactly. Fighters like him, I think Boots is, Zayas, he's got that and a little bit more than.
Meanwhile, Angelo Leo noted that Xander Zayas appeared to be handling the pressure of rising expectations with maturity, showing a mindset of a fighter willing to face anyone, despite being just 23 and already a unified champion. Leo highlighted Zayas' confidence and fearless approach, crediting him for embracing challenges in a stacked division. At the same time, he acknowledged Jaron Ennis as a dangerous and highly skilled opponent, but still leaned slightly towards Zayas, expecting a close and hard-fought battle between the two.
He's down to fight whoever, whenever. And he's already 23 years old. He's already a unified champion, and I like that about him. He's not afraid to get his feet wet in this division. So, but Boots is a tremendous fighter, very skilled as well. I'm gonna go with. It's a tough one. I'm gonna go with. Xander with this one.
Really?
I like Xander, yeah.
Okay.
Furthermore, Angelo Leo emphasized that Xander Zayas' movement and footwork could potentially throw Jaron Ennis off his rhythm and limit the effectiveness of his usual style. He acknowledged that Ennis has previously dealt with slick, mobile opponents, but suggested that Zayas brings a higher level of refinement and control compared to those earlier challengers. As a result, Leo implied that this matchup could create a far more complex stylistic challenge for Ennis than what he has faced before.
He's got pretty good footwork. And I think that could offset Boots' style, according to how he's dealt with movers in the past.
Like Chukazan?
Yeah,
Karen.
Yeah, exactly. fighters like him. And I think Boots is, Zayas, he's got that and a little bit more than.
However, Eric Roman believed Xander Zayas had the technical skill and toughness to avoid being stopped by a single clean shot, pointing to his resilience and strong fighting mentality. Roman added that Zayas could hold his ground, trade when necessary, and show solid all-around ability throughout a fight. However, he also noted that Jaron Boots Ennis operates with a higher level of precision and execution, suggesting that this gap in quality could become more visible as the later rounds unfold.
I think Xander's too good to get hit with one shot clean and just go. I think he has a lot of heart. You know what I mean? He's Puerto Rican. He's showed that he can fight and can scrap. I think Xander does everything really good, but I think Boots does everything really great. And that's going to be a difference in the later rounds.
Building on that point, Bryant Jennings pointed out that Jaron Ennis often goes overlooked despite putting together consistently dominant performances. Jennings explained that once Ennis takes control of a fight, most opponents struggle to find any real rhythm, which prevents them from ever fully expressing their own game. He added that very few fighters are capable of dealing with Ennis's mix of sharp skill and constant pressure, noting that bouts against him tend to either become overly cautious or gradually tilt heavily in his direction.
That no matter what, these people are going to underestimate them, and they're only like whatever they like the last dude, Lima. It's like bro, you ain't even get a chance. You ain't even get a chance to see. That there was just like, okay, like it takes a lot, you know. I don't think that anybody's out there right now is tough enough to be able to, you know, I guess to put up such a good fight, technical wise, technical wise with and then it's just like, okay, well, it's either the fight gonna be boring because somebody's not necessarily engaging or something like that, or it's just who's gonna beat you the fuck up. Like, I don't see anybody out there really giving Boots any work.
On the other hand, Peter Dobson completely dismissed the idea of a competitive fight between Jaron Ennis and Xander Zayas, calling it a clear mismatch. Based on his view of elite-level fighters and high-performance training environments, Dobson stated that Ennis operates on a completely different tier. As a result, he suggested that Ennis would likely control the pace from the opening bell to the final round.
Do you think that it's a 50-50 fight?
I think he destroys it.
And what separates him?
He's levels above Xander. Like I feel like boxing fans, they don't really know boxing because they like, this is the thing I always say in boxing, right? We're in the gym. Like, fighters are in the gym. The top fighters sparred each other before, so we know who's good and who's not good. You feel me? We know what level somebody's on. So just being in the ring with Jaron Ennis and seeing Xander, I know he's levels above them, like, way better than him.
Troy Isley, sparring partner of Boots Ennis, spoke Boots versus Xander is being treated like a real crossroads fight, and Troy straight up doesn't hesitate to lean toward Boots. He says Boots has the sharper edge and believes if he catches Xander early, it could be a long night for him, but he doesn't completely dismiss Xander either, admitting that a solid game plan and execution could flip everything. Still, he stresses Boots has been facing stiffer competition and is built for these kinds of high-pressure moments. The respect is there, but the confidence in Boots is louder. He expects him to find that opening and take over. In the end, Troy makes it clear. Xander can make it dangerous, but Boots is the one he's picking to walk through fire and come out on top.
I feel like Boots gonna win. I feel like Xander could win though. I feel like it's a good fight. I feel like if Boots catch him early, I feel like it's gonna be his night. But if Xander got a good game plan and he executed, I feel like Xander could he could win.
All right, cool.
But I feel like Boots gonna catch him though. But you know what I'm saying, I feel like Boots been better than with stiffer competition that he has. But I like Xander too. I'm cool with Xander too. I'm cool with Boots too. So I don't really know, but I think Boots gonna pull it off.
That's the breakdown of what's being said heading into Boots Ennis versus Xander Zayas confidence, warnings, expert debates, and a lot of pressure building toward June 27th. From Boots promising domination to analysts split on whether Zayas can pull the upset, this fight is shaping up to be far bigger than just another title clash. Now we want to hear from you. Is Boots Ennis really level above everyone at 154? Or is Xander Zayas the one about to shock the boxing world? Drop your prediction in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's next.